never done before. Um, I was on Judy, the YouTube Warriors show last night, and it was a lot of fun. We had a great time. I got to know her and her community, and I told her I'd never live streamed before, and she said to me I should do it. It's a much easier, and so here I am. We're on this together for all two people out there who are watching. Figured I'd give this a shot. What I wanted to get into is one of the things that we discussed was whether or not a juror can be struck on account of their religion. So the question came up that Donna Adelson kept trying to portray herself, or her lawyers kept trying to portray her as this, just this Jewish grandmother, and who could dislike a Jewish grandmother, and it was really, I think, just a cover to excuse all of her bad behavior, as if somehow the fact that she's a Jewish grandmother excuses her for hiring a hitman to kill her Jewish son-in-law. Um, so the question was, would a juror that was Jewish be more or less sympathetic to Donna Adelson? And it was a question that, can a prosecutor or defense lawyer, can they strike a juror? Can they ask a juror about their religion? So I did a little bit of research, and there's actually a Supreme Court case. I'm going to come bring that up in a second. Um, and I can't believe I forgot it from law school. Batson versus Kentucky. And it talks about a Batson challenge. So, what is a Batson challenge? Batson versus Kentucky, it refers to a landmark decision of the Supreme Court, which said that a prosecutor cannot use a peremptory challenge in a criminal case without stating a valid cause for doing so. In other words, just to back up a second, a jury, when you have a juror, each side is allowed to strike prospective jurors um, for any reason whatsoever. There's for cause and not for cause. For cause means that they have a valid right to do so. There's something they think the juror is going to be biased. Let's just say it's an insurance fraud case, and somebody says, well, I think insurance companies are all the devil, and they're all just trying to cheat you. Um, so that person will be biased then in favor of the insurance company. And I'm sorry, they'll be biased against the insurance company. So they're going to be less likely to be sympathetic to the insurance company. So the lawyer for the insurance company can strike them and say, okay, we don't like you because, you're biased, and, whatever happens, you're not going to give the insurance company a, a fair shake, right? So that's for cause. Now there's, without cause, meaning for any reason whatsoever, which is peremptory challenge, which could just be you have a bad feeling about the juror, you think they're obnoxious, you don't think that they really care. You get a bad feeling about them. So you could say, okay, for whatever reason, I don't think this is going to be a good juror, strike them. So now back to Donna Adelson. Will a Jewish potential juror have been more or less sympathetic to Donna Adelson? You could envision the prosecutors not wanting that whole, just a Jewish grandmother type situation. And they would say, well, maybe if someone's Jewish, we don't want them because they're going to be, um, they're going to be more sympathetic to Donna because, oh, yeah, we're the same culture. We know what's going on. It's just how it is. It's just how Jewish grandmothers are. Whereas the defense might say, well, no, we want a Jewish person on the juror because we think that a Jewish person is going to be more sympathetic. And the same applies for any kind of not any kind of race, ethnicity, culture, whatever it is. So the Supreme Court said in um, in Batson, let's go back to this case, it's unconstitutional. It was a landmark decision, and it ruled that a prosecutor's use of a peremptory challenge in a criminal case, which is dismissing a juror without stating a valid cause for doing so, may not be used to exclude jurors based solely on the race. Right. So now, whether religion falls into the same category, it's not the point. But I think it's clear from here that either the defense or the prosecution would not have been able to strike a prospective juror simply because of their religion and ethnicity. So that's the answer to the question. I didn't know about it. Big shout out to Judy. Had a lot of fun last night. This is my first live stream. Um, so hope you all enjoyed, and we're going to continue to cover some more interesting cases.